Welcome to Fresh Air is Overrated, the weekly source for anything gaming with wild math and curves begins in.
Yo, welcome to Fresh Air is Overrated. It is episode number 200. Oh my god, I almost said 100. It is 200, the first of the 200s. I am Wild Matt. It's Thursday, September 15th. Already halfway through the month. Steiner's here.
Yeah, 200! Yeah!
It's just a regular episode though. Nothing planned.
Nothing big. No.
Yeah. I always thought about maybe going back into some episodes and like digging up some stuff, but that's way too much work. Also, I lost a lot of that stuff anyways, so I still have all the MP3s.
Like, this is really probably like 280 or something like that.
No, it's not that high. It's not. There's no way it's that high. I'd say maybe 215-ish, maybe.
Okay,
maybe.
fair enough.
If you
I don't know. During E3s, we were putting out like 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah, but those were we numbered those. We numbered every one of them.
Yeah, no, but it would still technically be a show.
Oh, I know.
But
Those show counts. It's the ones that we didn't plan anything. I just put a 0.5 on the episode and just said, okay, let's do it. If it's not planned, then that's how I do it. But everything's planned tonight, sort of, I guess. There's a script. Everything is pre-planned. I'm just reading off a teleprompter. No, I'm kidding.
Teleprompter. Jesus Christ, we're rich.
It's just a screen that scrolls text. Anything could do that
But
nowadays.
that's not a teleprompter. That's a monitor.
It's like the same thing. It's just a screen with scrolling text. You could just do it with anything. Anyways, megascorcher.com. Go there if you want to check out all our previous episodes. All the MP3s are there, and the ones that have VODs, they exist. They're all on iTunes as well, and everywhere else. Twitch.tv/megascorchertv is where you go to watch it live. Also, youtube.com/megascorchertv/live. That's where you go to watch us on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time right now. We are, yes. We're gonna be standard soon.
Yeah.
It's coming up. Is that in like October or November? November. That's in November.
I think it's typically now October.
Maybe.
They may have pushed it back, like, because they changed it recently to match what the states do. And I don't know. I just listen to the radio and they tell me to do whatever, and then my wife does it anyways. So
sometimes I just 1 year I was on the computer. I was like, oh, hey, look, it's 2 a.m. again. I was like, what the hell? And I was like, hey, there you go. Didn't even know. That's me most of the time now, because I don't really listen to the radio or anything. I don't have TV here either. I only have the
internet. The phone would probably just do it automatically as well. So.
Yes, everything does it automatically now. So, all right, games are playing. I don't have anything, so.
Yeah. Did I play anything this week?
I don't know. Did you?
I don't think I did. I think I tried playing Dragon Age and then said, fuck it, I'm not going to. I've been working on some other shit.
I've been thinking throughout the week, isn't it weird that like Shadow of Mordor was like so featured last week during the PlayStation 4 thing? It was like one of the top things that they showed. It was like, hey, we have Shadow of Mordor and it looks better. Oh my god, look at this.
No, I never even watched the press conference, so I have no idea what.
Well, either way, it's like a game from 2014, just like, hey guys, look at this, it looks better.
It just runs better. Well, the thing is, on PC, that's like a really
I think it's just the PC
looking title.
I think it's just most of the PC stuff just carried over.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we can talk about the new releases then. BioShock: The Collection is out this week. That's something. It's out on everything if you want and care about that. I don't know. I really like the first BioShock. The second one, I didn't really play it too much. And there's no Infinite in this, so.
Yeah. I don't know. I like, okay, fair enough. Like, ooh, they're making stories in games. What the fucking do is pretty much what I thought when I played BioShock. Because I
liked everything about it. I liked
the whole "Would you kindly" thing, and like everyone was like, "Holy shit, holy shit!" I'm like, they've done that in video games before. They've done that in movies.
Oh yeah, sure,
Like,
but it was still cool. But I liked everything about it except maybe for the actual shooting. But
I thought the whole game was pretty bad.
I don't know. I like shocking people and stuff, and they did some cool stuff in that game. It's all right.
What I got really bored.
Oh yeah, no, me too. And the last
with
boss
the
was really
quests
stupid.
and stuff on how they had you do shit.
The last
And
boss was
it's
also so dumb. I agree with you. It was a long game. The Witness is out this week on everything, and that includes the iPad. All right. NHL 17 out on Xbox One and PS4. Dragon Quest 7. Fragments of the Forgotten Password in 3DS. Don't Starve Together, which is the sequel to Don't Starve. That's out on the Xbox One and the PS4.
Is it a sequel or is it just I thought it was a patch.
No, it says you have to buy a new thing.
Okay.
Yes, because I think there's two. Could you play the other game 2 players? I think this is like the hook of this one is that it's multiplayer. I want to say.
Well, okay, maybe I'm thinking just for PC owners it was going to be introduced as a patch, and everyone else was going to be.
Maybe.
I don't understand though, but
Recore is out on the Xbox One and the PC. That's the Capcom game that was shown a while ago.
Yeah. They first showed it 2015. It looked fucking amazing. Then they showed it again in 2016. It did not get a single word spoken about it other than maybe it looks bad.
I always thought that it looked whatever. It just people were mesmerized at the graphics.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
And
But the thing is, in game
that
did not look anything like what the trailers were.
Mm-hmm. And then you can rebuy Dead Rising 1, 2, or 2 off the record. They re-released them. I guess they're maybe like slightly better looking. I guess maybe those games are old, so
yeah,
especially the first.
Yeah, I know, because like 3 is not even like 3 is pretty old. 3 was a launch title for the Xbox, so.
And 1 was a launch title for the 360.
Yeah,
that was a long time ago, man. That's what, maybe 10 years now? 11 years? It's something like that.
Yeah, 2007 would have been almost 11 years. Or 9. No, that'd be
No, it's 11 years. No, it's got to be 11. I'm pretty sure the Xbox came out in 2006. I'm pretty sure.
It was.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, so that would be 10. Or it was April 2010.
Either way, that game came out a long time ago. Games worked very differently back then. Like that game had like a counter that you had to work with, and if you went over to
the second number 2 did as well, and then they patched it so that you could then take it away in a casual play or something like that.
So, oh my god, the Xbox One came out in November 2005 even. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Sorry, the Xbox.
No, the Xbox 360.
360.
Yeah, 2005. Yeah. November. They came out early because the PS4 came out. Sorry, the PS3 came out like a year and a half after that. It was a long time.
Okay. Yeah, I know there was a big gap, and that was one of the big issues with the selling of the PS3, is that Xbox already had such a huge market, at least within North America.
Okay, news of the week. Hey, I actually got some gaming stuff. Not too much, but some. Did you check out the PS4 update? It came out yesterday. Oh no, it came out 2 days ago now.
I don't think I did.
The major improvement that I can tell right off the bat is when you hold the PlayStation button. It's not like a full
I did watch
menu.
a video on it.
I
did watch a video.
It just slides out and you can play your music from there. It's easier and faster, I find.
Yeah, that I noticed that as well, that it actually seemed a little not more intuitive, but ease of use or ease of multitasking seemed a lot better.
The colors got a lot flatter, like the notification that comes up in the upper left or right, wherever the hell it comes up, it's like white now.
Right.
So you can see it easier, I guess.
Okay.
And the first thing you notice when you turn it on is the blue is like a different blue. They just changed the color slightly, and it's like flatter, I guess, is how I would describe it. But I mean that the biggest improvement is the menu that pops up when you hold that button. That's like the main thing I can tell the difference between. Oh hey, the new BioShock, we were talking about it. So you can't stream it from the system itself. So you can do it if you have a capture card or a PC. But
so I guess they just didn't want to put that into the game.
It's weird because it's not. You don't even need to put it in. You have to put it out.
Yeah, I thought it was the system doing that.
It is the system doing it.
So it's like they're almost emulating it then, or something. So you're not actually
no.
using the system?
There's a chip that's in there just to record.
Then what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. It's not very powerful.
But like if there's an independent chip to actually do it, then why the hell?
Because I guess they just didn't want people to stream. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's what it almost seems.
There's
like.
a lot of games where they like mid game it'll be like, "Hey, you can't stream right now," and then it's like, "Okay, you can stream again." There's a lot of games that do that.
Oh.
Yeah, like for some weird reason, when the first USC game came out, whenever video came up, even if it was just Dana White talking like, "Hey, congratulations, you're doing good in the career," it would not show that if you were streaming from the system.
That's some weird ass. That was the THQ version or the EA?
The EA one, because the THQ games were last generation. It was a while ago.
Yeah,
you remember when they wanted to release a game a year?
Yeah.
It's terrible. So, hey, turns out I've actually played Resident Evil 7 before. Oh, and games we played this week, I just remembered something. VR. You didn't bring up VR. But,
right. Yeah.
Turns out I've actually witnessed Resident Evil 7 in VR before. They just weren't calling Resident Evil 7 for some reason at the time. It was just like, hey, here's this horror thing.
Yeah. It was a tech demo of some sort, and then they're like, "Ooh, wait, maybe we can use this as a game."
Mm-hmm. And then I saw in the last trailer, I was like, hey, look at that. I've seen that before. So, yeah. I played that like 2 years ago. No, 2015. So, last year. Last summer. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so what did you play in VR? What did you do?
So yeah, my little story for the whole PlayStation experience or whatever the hell they're calling it.
I guess it's PlayStation VR experience.
Yeah. They set at a near me speak good English. At a mall near where I live, they have, I guess, 4 stations set up with VR, and then there's these PlayStation employees. I don't think they're employees. So I think they're just like here for the like short term or what. It's really like these 4 people that are there are the funniest thing about this whole story because they're like, but okay. So I walk up and there's like this girl and she's I guess helping someone with the whole PlayStation thing, and then the person starts doing their demo and I'm watching the screen or whatever. She starts talking to me and she's like, "Are you a gamer?"
Well, aren't you?
Almost made that whole face and everything. It was just absolutely fucking horrible. And I'm just like, I just look down, close my eyes, and say, "Yeah, sure, I'm a gamer." So again, that was the first time I went. I went again today, and almost a different girl, almost the exact same thing was, "Hey, you own a PlayStation 4? Are you a gamer?"
I'm sure that they love their job. I'm sure that they love it.
So I don't know if they're being asked to ask people if they're a gamer or if these girls are just that fucking stupid that then go around saying, "Are you a gamer?"
Now, when you work for those companies at like displays like that, like it's pretty much a convention display. It's the same people that they hire. Just like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" "Yeah, sure." "You love PlayStation?" "Hey, come in." And then they just get, that's the lines that they get.
Yeah, but
fed.
the thing is, like, are you a game enthusiast? Do you like playing games? No, are you a gamer? And they made a
Sony
weird
doesn't
face
know
when they said it. Like, I just, like, oh my.
Sony don't care. They think we're all gamers.
Yeah, I don't. Well, fuck. It's just the way. It's not so much the word that they said; it's the way they said it.
Are you a
and they both said it
b-baller?
nearly the
Do you play
exact same.
basketball?
Yeah, exactly. Like it's. But it's the way they said it. It's like they like went in like this. They're like, "Are you a gamer?" And they both did the same action. It was just like, what the hell?
They must be friends or something.
But Yeah,
Jeez.
maybe. So what? The first time I went, I ended up playing Battle, what, Battle Tank or something like that.
Sure, I have
I
no
can't
idea what that is,
remember
but yeah.
offhand. Which you're just essentially in a.
Okay, so we are back. That's awesome. It's same crash as last week. Exactly the same. It's weird. But anyways, you were talking about how they called you a gamer, and then that's basically bullshit. That's pretty much what you said. But then you played the game that was a tank
Is Battle Zone.
battle zone. Man,
So
that
I
sounds
got
like a
this
yeah,
little card thing from them. Ooh.
good stuff.
It just gives you all the basic bullshit details that most gamers already know.
Mm.
But yeah, so I played Battlezone. No, I had light coming in through the bottom of the visor or the headset or whatever because she wouldn't let me adjust the damn thing. So I ended up getting like nauseous because I'm seeing everything that's going on, but then there's too much light, so I guess my eyes just went knipshit or what. I don't know what exactly happened, but it wasn't fun. Like I played through the demo, I was fine then, but then I went to get up, and like it was just like, whoa, what the fuck? But maybe it was the game not having a high enough refresh rate. I'm not exactly sure what the hell it was, but it was a little strange. And so I went back today and played the Eve Valkyrie. And this time she actually let me touch the headset, and I actually got it on and put it in where I wanted it and how I whatever, and played through that, and fucking that was actually pretty good. Like I had no nausea, no nothing whatsoever. So I don't know if the refresh rate was higher or is because I had no extra light coming through. So like that was a much better experience because it just didn't seem right the first time I did it. It was just really fucking wonky, and I just like just starting off the whole thing was just very bad. Now the whole concept of VR, I'm not like blown away by or anything crazy like that. It's interesting. It really does depend on what games come out and if there's anything that I would care to play in VR.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the price tag is pretty fucked up as well, because just the headset is $550 Canadian. So
Well,
if you
just
want
the
the
headset.
whole,
You get the headset, you get the camera, and you get move
no,
controllers.
no, for $550 Canadian, I got it right here. For $550 Canadian, you get the headset and a demo disc.
But you don't get any. How?
For
Okay.
700,
Okay.
you get the headset, the camera, 2 move controllers, and VR worlds, plus the demo
Jesus,
disc.
that is expensive.
Yeah.
But I mean, the PlayStation Move controller is probably a good VR controller, though. All said.
Yes. But the thing is, I already have 2 of them.
Mm-hmm. I had
So,
some.
yeah.
I don't have them anymore.
Like I already have 2. You can get a PlayStation camera off of Amazon for like $55 or something like that. So, like, I guess you are getting the VR Worlds, which has like multiple tech demos outside of what the demo disc is. So you're just getting a whole shit ton of demos, as far as I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
But there's probably about 5 or 6 like quarter games.
Did they
in
have
that.
the Getaway as a game there?
No.
No. Okay, because the Getaway was a pretty cool
that,
demo.
that was London something. London,
Yeah.
or is that what you're talking about?
Yes. That was
London
pretty cool because you're
Heist.
just
London
the heist.
Heist.
Yes, that's what it's called. Because you're pretty much just in the passenger seat and just shooting things.
Yeah, that's in the VR World's disc.
Okay.
And there's also like a VR Luge, which is on the VR World's disc.
Oh, that could
and
be
there was
cool.
2 or 3 other.
I could imagine that being all right.
Like it's not. But again, it's not a fucking proper game. Like there
No,
are
I know.
a few
Oh,
games on here that actually are interesting. Like there's no, I guess it's not on here. It's not on this listing, but I was looking at some of the VR games that are coming out at launch, and there's a first-person shooter that's a multiplayer game. I've watched some footage on it. It actually looks pretty good. Now, how that will actually work in VR is something different because, again, you're aiming with the right thumbstick and then you're still looking around. I just don't know how that'll work.
I played like a game where you were a dragon for a little bit, and you're basically just bashing tiny people with your head. That was all right. I mean, it's not a full game, but right. Then at the very end, though, if you lose, they shoot you out into space, and that looks pretty cool.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I remember seeing something like that on PAX or at PAX or something like that.
Mm-hmm. That was the coolest part of that demo was when you got shot into space, and you had to lose to see that. I lost on purpose because I wanted to go into space.
Right.
I was almost winning. I'm just like, screw it. I'm just going to stand here and die.
Yeah. Like the whole, like I would think I would have to wait until Christmas to even give a shit about VR. Because what she said is by the end of this year, there should be 50 VR titles for PlayStation VR.
There might be more through downloadables and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, that's the schedule right now. Is that by the end of this year, by the end of 2016, there should be 50 titles.
There was a caveat at the end of that. I was going to say there might be more, but they're all going to be shitty, so it doesn't really matter anyways.
No, well, yeah. Again, I don't know what they mean by titles. I don't think that's going to be a full budget game. They're likely going to be like crappy demo based somethings or $10 game. Like the thing is, it would essentially be a $10 game if it wasn't VR, but because it's VR, it'll probably be $30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh no, that's happening to a lot of games on the PC right now. So yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now she said by next summer there should be over 200.
Sure, I could see that happening. Why not?
Now again, title. What the fuck does a title mean? Is this just shovelware like we had on the Wii, or are these actual fucking proper developed games by real studios?
Both. Both.
Yeah, I know, but the thing, what's the percentage on that? Like 1% is actually, so there's going to be.
Well, I mean,
like
Sony's got
2 games that are actually
Sony
good.
has a lot of games that are going to support it right off the bat. So, I mean, I'm sure some
again,
of them are
going to
be
Santa Monica
right.
doing this, or is it going to be some like who's actually going to be the developers?
Hey, I have some Santa Monica news for you here. Sony confirmed this week that that there was a reduction in headcount at that studio. But the team's working on MLB The Show, Drawn to Death, and Guns Up. I don't know what Guns Up is, but will not be affected. So don't ask me how.
I would assume Guns Up might be a VR game just by the sounds of the type.
Maybe. Drawn to Death might as well be a VR game. That game looks so. You remember what game that is?
No.
That's the David Jaffe game at E3. The Twisted Metal dude. He was like, I'm so excited, and it was like, drawing on paper. I don't know if you remember that.
Nope.
All right. It looked pretty lame.
Yeah.
And MLB The Show is like the only baseball game. So, I mean, if you like baseball, that's like the game.
Yeah, well, that is the only game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I used to love that. This is a series I loved way back on the PS1. Like, I played this game on the PS1 all the time. But, it's baseball. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played a baseball game since fucking NES.
Oh yeah, the NES games were fun because it was fast and you were like, throwing and hitting the ball, and you didn't even really need to do anything when it was the outfield. The ball would just pop up and you would just catch it, and it was not complicated like it is now. More Sony news actually. The Last Guardian got delayed from October 25th to December 6th. That's
a pretty long delay, but
like
it was
a month and a
issues
week-ish.
of that they were finding substantial numbers of game-breaking bugs.
What? No way.
Yeah.
I'm sure when it comes out, there will be a day 1 patch, and if you don't patch it, it might be broken.
Yeah. So. Probably guarantee it. Like they're gonna probably print the game sometime in probably around Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. And be like, we're
finishing
good.
Up printing.
We're good. And then
when I say Thanksgiving,
testing.
I mean the American Thanksgiving.
Oh, I know what you mean. But yeah, no, they're probably gonna be like, hey, we're good, and then do a little tiny bit more testing and be like, shit, and then they won't patch.
Well, no, but I'm fine with patching. Like it's better. Like
yes and no. It depends on your situation. It really depends on your situation. If you like in Canada, if you're not living in a big city or or near a big city, you're fucked. You don't have good internet. Like, you're going to be able to download shit, but it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
So I feel for
like,
you.
to me personally, I don't really give a
peoples.
shit if I do get a patch.
Well, for me neither, because I have 25 megabit here right now in terms of download, and I can get 100 right now if I wanted to, and I can download whatever the shit I want.
200, I think, but it's fucking ridiculously expensive.
I'm one dude here, so it's not like I need too much.
Well, I've been looking at upload speeds, and to get better upload speeds is just fucking stupid amounts of money.
It's weird how upload works in some places.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to go back to Telus to get better upload, but whatever.
Well, what are you getting right now?
Well, I'm paying for 3, but I'm getting like 3.2.
Oh, that's not too bad.
It's not bad, but like if I'm actually looking to upload a substantial size video, it can take fucking half an hour.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to stream HD, that's not too good. Not too good quality right there. So let's see. Bethesda said that Sony is not allowing them to have mods on Fallout 4 or Skyrim. Yeah. But on Xbox One, you'll be able to do it.
Weird.
It is weird because the PS3 was like the one where you could mod. That's like the system where they let you
could
do
get
it.
mod, yeah.
Now that they're leading again, they're just
the
like,
PS3
fuck it.
version of Skyrim was horribly fucking broken.
Yes.
And again, don't play games on console. I don't.
Well, if you want
I've been
mod,
able to do mods on Fallout 4 and Skyrim for fucking since they've come out. Like,
well, yeah, if you want a mod, don't get a PS4. That's stupid. Like,
yeah.
If you're gonna complain that you can't mod a game, then that's ridiculous. Dude, I was able to mod freaking Uncharted. I was able to mod Unreal Tournament 3 on the PS, or was that 4? I guess that was 4. Whatever the fuck number that Unreal was. Yeah, that was.
I don't even know if there was a number attached to it. I
thought
it was just
Unreal
3 or something.
No, there was 3. It was Unreal Tournament 3 because it goes 1, 2, and then the years, and then they just went back to the numbers, and then 4. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I remember. It makes sense because it's on the engine. It's on engine number 3, so that makes sense.
No, I do remember
that game was cool. It's all right. I played a lot of it, but
you could also use keyboard and mouse. That was the interesting thing about it.
The mouse thing was not so great on the PS4.
Yeah, well, I said interesting, not good. Interesting. I think they were the only game that said they were going to do it and then actually did it, and then everyone said like, "Yeah, look at that game for why we don't do it."
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I was probably Sony being like, we wanted to control it slow, so don't be too fast with that mouse movement on there.
Yeah, I would think on a single player game during campaign, like that would have worked perfectly fine. Doing it on a fast paced game like Unreal, multiplayer based, that would be. Well, that was a little
on the Dreamcast. There was Unreal Tournament and. There was a keyboard and mouse that you could buy for it and then rape some people with it online. And there's also the broadband connection. So if you had the broadband connector, the Ethernet connector back in the day, and the freaking keyboard and mouse, they were destroying people on the Dreamcast because they had dial-up and a controller, which just sucked. That Dreamcast controller was not great either. So
weird. Yeah. Agreed.
Pac-Man
the
Championship
system itself was probably one of the best ever made, but
it's okay. It's okay. They got cocky about some stuff in that system.
Yes.
Like the CD drive.
Whole pirating thing really fucked them up. But.
It's like, hey, you can't copy this because there's a little bit more memory in this. Oh, shit.
But wait. Whoops. Oh. The hackers figured that shit out real good.
Well, yeah, and it was so good at first you needed what's it called? A launch disc or like a boot disc.
Yeah.
At first to launch some games, and then all of a sudden those discs were in the pirated version, so it's just like, you don't need it anymore, just put it in there. All right. Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 came out last week, and it changed pretty much everything that made the first game awesome, so don't get it. Just don't get it. You can run into a ghost. You can run into a ghost without a power pellet, and you still live.
What?
They only get pissed off when you run into them, and then they can kill you.
So they just turned it on to Nintendo's easy mode.
It's stupid. Well, I mean, Pac-Man Championship Edition wasn't especially hard. You could do some cool stuff that kind of broke Pac-Man.
That's been in the game. Like, that's been the game for 30 years.
I know, so that's what I'm saying. Don't get it. And then the other part that made Pac-Man Championship Edition, it wasn't the first one. It was Pac-Man Championship Edition something. I forget what it was called. It was between the two. You could have a chain of ghosts, and then when you got a power pellet, you would eat the whole chain, and it would go like, boop, 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 and then like it was like if it was 30 ghosts, it would go crazy, and it would do that. But in this game, when there's a chain like that, you eat one, and then there's like a cutscene that happens, and then they're all gone. It's weird. I don't know what the fuck, why they did any of these changes. I don't know. So don't get it. Just play the first one. If you have an Xbox One and you bought it on the Xbox 360, you can just play it on the Xbox One anyways. So just play Pac-Man Championship Edition 1. And last gaming news item, Sega, they were on Twitter this week, and they were basically saying, hey, all you Sonic fans, we don't care whatever you do with him. You can make games with him. You can go on YouTube and upload videos. Whatever you want to do, we won't take it down. That's basically what they said. Taking a jab at how Nintendo takes down everything.
Now, Sega still owns Sonic?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Well, no, I just thought Activision was making... I guess maybe they bought the rights to make the games.
No. It's always been Sega. Sega got bought by Sammy, which is like the only thing I know that Sammy does is like, what's it called? Slot machines and like betting machines and stuff like that in Japan. So they're owned by like a gambling company now. They have been for a while.
Yeah, because for some reason I thought Activision had both Sonic and Crash.
No, Sonic's always been Sega.
Okay.
And probably will always be Sega. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, Sega has some okay stuff.
Sega bought a whole bunch of shit when THQ went down, so...
Was it a bunch of shit?
Sega's got some pretty nice properties right now.
Oh, I guess
Total War, they got...
Was Bayonetta THQ, or was that was always Sega, right? That was always Sega.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It wasn't THQ.
Okay.
But yeah. They picked up the Total War series.
Sega bought Relic, which is the Total War, yeah. Okay. That makes sense because Sega makes RTS-like games already anyways.
Yeah. But like the Warhammer Total War fucking did really, really well.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's talk about some MMA. You want? Let's do 203.
Okay.
So,
I only watched the main card.
Okay, well that's fine. I'll run down through the Fight Pass here. I don't think I watched the very first fight, so this is the main event of the Fight Pass card here. Yancy Medeiros versus he defeated Sean Spencer via submission, rear naked choke in the second round. 50 seconds into it, pretty much it was 2 kicks to the head that ended the fight. He landed one in the first round.
Typically do it.
Well, he landed one in the first round, which he got saved by the bell. So Sean Spencer went to his corner already dizzy a little bit, and then at the start of the second round, he got kicked in the head again, and then that led to the rear naked choke. So it was a good fight. The first round was really competitive until he got kicked in the head.
Because Court McGee, not Court McGee. Sorry,
Sean Spencer.
Ian McCall's fight got
again
called off or whatever as well.
Yes, there's 2 fights on this card that got called off. So, that's right. This was the only Fight Pass fight.
Yeah,
that's right. Yep, that's what happened. Drew Dober versus Jason Gonzalez didn't last too long. Drew landed a nut shot right off the bat. That's how the fight started. And then Jason said, "You know what? I'm gonna KO you because of that," and then he did.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to piss someone off. Kick him in the nuts and then give him 5 minutes to recover, and then okay.
Nick Lentz versus Michael McBride. This was a good start to this fight. It went to the ground, and McBride had a leg lock. But Lentz was pretty crafty, and he got his back right after the leg lock. Like he was going for the leg lock, and he just swooped right onto his back. That didn't do too much, though. They just went back to their feet not too long after that. The second round started with them just swinging sloppily, I might add. Like, they didn't even care. They were just swinging like they didn't give a shit. But McBride got Lentz's back during one of his attempts there, being sloppy with his punches. Lentz reversed it. He tried to get a head choke, but McBride then reversed that himself. There's a lot of reversing in this fight. It was entertaining when they went to the ground still. Lentz being aggressive on the sub, but McBride, he got out of that submission, and then Lentz got ground and pound from there, and then it was over. There you go. That's how that fight ended. TKO, ground and pound. And the next two fights I actually didn't watch, and they went to decision, so that's cool.
Yeah, I did watch the Eye and Betch.
Oh, yeah? How was that fight?
I don't agree with the decision. I would give it to Eye, but like, it was a fairly close fight. It wasn't a bad fight, but yeah, like I don't really recall offhand exactly anything happening, but like, the way the fight just seemed to work out, and it just seemed like Eye actually won that. Just, she seemed to do more damage and be controlling the octagon a bit better.
Well, it was a split decision too, so
yeah,
can't complain too much about that one. Jessica Andrade versus Joanne Calderwood started a TV part of this, this was the
pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view. This was the pay-per-view part. My mistake. So yeah, they felt each other out for the first few minutes. Andrade got a huge takedown. Like, she lifted her up and slammed her down pretty good midway through the round. That's pretty much where the fight ended, because it led to a guillotine near the end, and then Calderwood tapped. So it was a good fight, but it was pretty much just Andrade the whole fight. Well, it wasn't very long.
Yeah, first round, 23 seconds.
So. Calderwood, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Where does she go from here? I really don't know, because she's okay, but she loses a lot. So.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with motivation more so than skill, because she's a really, really good striker. It's just, I don't like, just when you talk to her, or when someone talks, she's like so soft spoken and nice. Like, should you be a fighter if you're that nice? Yeah.
And she's been training in Montreal lately too, so.
Yeah.
We'll see where she goes from here. I mean, it's not like the women have a deep roster, so she could stay there and do fine.
Yeah.
I think this was the most boring fight of the night. Uriah Faber versus Jimmy Rivera. Well, so Faber is okay sometimes, but I mean, he breaks his hands pretty often, and I guess that's what happened in this fight. He broke his hand.
Well, did they actually say that? I don't remember them actually saying that.
I didn't watch the post-fight
I remember Rogan saying maybe he did, but I don't know if they ever actually asked Faber if he did or not, because obviously he lost, so he didn't get interviewed because
and I did not watch the post-fight conference, so I would have no idea.
Yeah, I just watched the CM Punk part, and that was really about it.
I didn't even watch that, so.
Yeah.
Talk about CM Punk, he was next. Let's skip that fight. Jimmy won. There you go, by decision. CM Punk versus Mickey Gall. I mean, this fight pretty much went how we expected, right?
Yeah. CM Punk did defend the choke twice and then got choked. So, like, I don't know if he actually would be a white belt, but like, he's being called a white belt, and he did defend against a brown belt for 2 minutes and 10 seconds. So that's not horrible.
Yeah, well, that's what I said.
It's not good.
In my notes right here, I said Mickey Gall won, but it wasn't super impressive either. So
yeah,
because he did.
I think I was right on.
Yeah,
on guessing or whatever of that. If Punk made it out of the first round, Gall would have been fucking gassed, because Gall put everything he fucking had to get into that position to then choke him out. Like, I'm sure he just fucking shot his wad and went at it. Like, he didn't try to do any reserved anything. He just fucking. So I'm pretty sure if he did not finish him, then it would have been a very interesting fight after that to just see what would have happened.
Well, that's one of the things that I read afterwards. Is he said he had to do that and show him that we won't take his shit here. Something like that is what he said to that effect, anyways. So yeah, he did put everything he had into it. The one thing I did like about his post-fight interview, though, is that he called out Sage Northcutt. I think that's a perfect fight. That's a perfect fight. Kill Sage Northcutt.
Yeah, it actually is a pretty good fight.
If he wins,
now,
oh
is
my
Mickey
god.
Gall actually a 170? He seems kind of small for 170. So I don't know if he would be a 155er normally. He is actually 6'2", so maybe he is like it just his build. But if he's 6'2", then he is definitely a
Sage fight at 170?
His last fight was at 170, and he had done 2 at 55 and just destroyed the guys. And then, he fought, destroyed the guy, or maybe fought. I'd have to look it up.
Let's see. I think they might be off.
Sage has fought at 70.
Yeah,
but he did lose that fight. I'm pretty sure.
No, because Sage's normal weight is 155.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. We'll see how that goes. So where do you go with CM Punk from here is my question, because if you just let him go, he's definitely going to Bellator, and Bellator is going to make a good heyday with that one. So
would he even but the thing is, when I watched the post-fight thing, I don't know if he would go to Bellator. I think he would go to something smaller and get 1 or 2 fights and then decide to do something else.
I don't know, man. He wants to make money as well.
I don't. The thing is, he doesn't need the money for the fights. He needs to learn. So him going in fighting somebody who's way better than him is not having him learn.
Oh no, but Bellator they won't put him against somebody he will lose. That's for sure. Like when Bellator grooms their people, they groom them.
And then he might not like that idea. Like he wants to be challenged. I don't think he cares about losing. I think he cares about getting better.
I think it would be. I think that's where he's going to sign if UFC lets him go. I don't think he'll be able to resist the money.
Surprised if he has 1 or 2 fights in a really small show.
And Scott Coker, I'm sure, will be glad to accommodate all his needs, if need be, when he gets there. So I could see him going there. I personally, I would keep him. And then there's a lot of rumors going around that maybe he'll be in Tough. That's kind of dumb. I don't see that happening. Don't put CM Punk in Tough. Put him against the dude that Mickey Gall beat, Mike Johnson or Mike Jackson, whatever the hell his name was.
I forget. Jackson.
Mike Jackson. Good old Michael Jackson.
Well, I think that's why they called him Mike, because...
Yes. Well, Apollo Creed's son, his name is Michael Jackson, the actor.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. They put Michael B. Jackson. He's the second Michael. Yep. Either way, that's who I would do. I'd put him against that guy. Why not? And he could actually maybe win that fight.
Yeah, I don't know. It is always up to I don't.
And you know what I would do? I would put him on free TV as well, so everybody can watch him.
Yeah, no, that definitely should have been the case, but I guess they wanted to.
I can't. It made sense. Pay-per-view made sense for the first one.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Well, the thing, because apparently he got close to 1 million.
Oh no. We'll talk about the buys after the results. It's not that high.
Okay.
All right. Fabricio Werdum versus Travis Brown was next. So this fight had all kinds of silliness going on, to the post fight, to the first round, and then everything after that was pretty silly. Don't know if I want to talk too much about the fight, except for the crazy jumping kick that happened right off the bat. That was fucking
very, very
insane. Holy shit. That was crazy. That was awesome. But then Brown got punched in the hand, and he stopped the fight for whatever reason. And this dumbass ref sucked all night. I hated him all night. I was like, what is he doing? There's some weird stuff. Like CM Punk was grabbing the cage with his feet, and he never called it until the very, very end. Just man, well, shit, that he held on this whole time anyways. There's a lot of weird stuff like that with the ref was, I don't know if he did all of the fights, but he was there for most of the fights anyways, and he sucked.
No, he did.
A lot of people are calling him Tiny Brock Lesnar, or what else was he? A lot of weird names he was being called. But anyways, so he stopped the fight and he called the doctors in. The doctors came and they were like, are we letting him fight? And somebody should have went like, hey, wait. He called out the fight. Should be done. Like, this should be done right now.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be going on.
Yeah.
And then it just kept going on. So the ref fucked up. First of all, it should have kept going. And then all the time with the doctors, somebody should have said, hey, it's done. I don't care who. Dana White should have been screaming, hey, it's whoever was there. I don't care.
But Dana can't do that. It's because the referee is set by the athletic commission.
Oh, I know.
The athletic commission is the one who actually
throw the rule book in there.
Should be fucking reaming that ref.
Throw the rule book.
It's not so much the doctor's choice either, because the doctor didn't actually look at anything.
Oh, I know. I am not blaming the doctor at all. I'm not. This is 100% the ref's fault.
The ref, exactly.
Yes.
I can understand Dana White yelling at the ref, going, "You're a fucking moron! You're a fucking moron! You're a fucking..." Well, because he is. I think every fan in that arena was saying that.
And this commission is different. It was where was this? In where's Stipe from? Ohio?
Cleveland.
So Ohio. Yeah. Yes. So a little bit more lax up there in Ohio.
Yeah, I don't like that was fucking atrocious.
Because something else that happened is after this. So a lot of people are saying that this fight sucked and Werdum looked bad. And yes, I will agree. He didn't look that great, but the first round he looked amazing. He looked fine in the first round, I thought.
Yeah.
Not super great, but he looked fine. It was everything after that punch. Both of them looked terrible. And I hate Travis Brown. Fucking huge dick.
Since he's been fucking
since he's been with Edmund Tarvarian or whatever the fuck his name is too, with that camp.
He's with Edmund because
of Ronda,
Rousey's there.
Yes.
And then they're fucking up. Did
you see the eye poke picture?
Yes, I did.
It's like knuckle deep right in the fucking.
It,
oh my Jesus!
Like it was like the middle finger, like to the second knuckle. So.
Oh, it was even a little bit. It was like halfway through there and the knuckle.
So and this is Travis Brown, so his fingers are probably like an inch and a half longer.
Man.
So he would have had like 4 inches of his finger in his eye or through his eye. However the hell you would actually say that.
And talk about the freaking eye pokes too. Uriah Faber destroyed Rivera's eye. Like Rivera might be blind forever now. Like that's not even a joke. The doctors don't know if his vision will ever come back. He scratched his cornea that fucking bad.
Yeah. Well, the thing, it's the whole Bisbing thing as well, because that's what. So
because
they put.
Faber was like a slap to the fucking face with his fingers. Like that's ridiculous. Like that should have been a penalty. Man, that's another thing. Because that wasn't even like I'm defending and. To sticking out my hands here, it's like full blown fucking.
Refs really need to be making doing that whole distance check thing with your fingers out, dude. You get point deducted immediately. And the only person I've seen do that is John McCarthy.
Well, that is a rule now.
Yes,
in California, anyways. Yeah.
Well, I thought it was the AF.
Oh, Nevada. But California probably follows the same rules. So when they go to LA, it's probably all the same stuff anyways. Yeah. And then after the fight, Edmund Tarvarian or Tarvarian or whatever the fuck his name is. So he started screaming at Werdum, and then Werdum just kicked his fucking leg and then assumed the fighting position. And then everybody's like, whoa. And then they kicked everybody out except for the 2 fighters. Edmund's an asshole, so I'm fine with Werdum doing that. Like, if he was going in there to complain about him getting punched when the ref was stopping the fight, like the ref didn't even stop the fight when Werdum landed that punch. So, fuck Edmund. Ugh,
I don't hate him. The whole thing was just stupid. I don't get it entirely.
Yeah, and
the whole fight was just.
Oh, and to the people that are talking the people that are talking shit about Werdum, like it's not really his fault. Like he probably got really excited when the ref stopped that fight, and it probably took a lot out of both of those guys. So
Brown's conditioning has been really bad the last 2 to 3 years.
And trust me, Werdum has done some bad stuff. I'm not a Werdum apologizer here. And then the main event.
The thing is from that fight, saying okay, Werdum might be one of the top guys in the heavyweight. And then going to the next fight, Stipe looked fucking ridiculously awesome
Yes.
Like like he outstruck over. How the fuck do you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, fair enough. He got Overeem
both of them
put him
got
onto his ass.
Yeah, both of them
And
got
then-
hurt early, man. Like
Yeah, and then Overeem tried to go for the guillotine, but then Stipe was able to get out. But Jesus shit,
and
Christ.
Overeem was running away every time that shit was happening too. Like Overeem looked weak in this fight.
Well, he got knocked pretty good once, and then he started backing off a lot, probably because he felt that he needed time to recover, and he just wasn't given time to recover. But and it was who was the ref? Was it the ref?
I think it was
the mini Brock Lesnar.
I think it was mini Brock Lesnar pretty much all night. Yeah.
Well, because like Overeem took like he was out.
Yes.
He got woken up. He was out. He was out. He got woken up. He was out.
Oh no, for sure. He got way too much damage at the end.
4 shots more than he should have.
Yes, no, at the end for sure. Because Overeem usually when he gets knocked out, it's not that bad. He gets back up, but like he was knocked out. Like he got fucked up.
He was like he took 4 shots that he should not have taken, and they were hard hammer fists. Like that, like fucking whatever that ref was.
And then after the fight, Overeem got an interview and he said that Stipe tapped, and then they re-showed
and then
it.
they went over the video and no.
And there's no tap.
So I think he was just knocked that stupid after the fact that he just wanted to believe that. I don't know, but
well, and also from his view, I could see how maybe he thought that because
he kind of went like kind of going like he was trying to get
position and
hand
like,
in or something like that.
So I can see how he maybe thought that.
Fighting that for another 30 seconds before Stipe got out after what that kind of trying to get his hand in thing.
And Overeem never admitted
that
he never was like, oh, okay, you're right.
Yeah, it's not like he just kind of went like this and went like this.
But anyways, he was knocked the shit out. So I mean, he
should be taking 9 months off.
Yeah, he should not be interviewing after the fight like that.
That's actually probably a pretty good idea too. Because just after that, and you go up and start talking to the guy, dude, the guy was just out fucking cold, stiff, and you're.
I've never been knocked out like that, but I've been choked out, and that's not fun. It's not fun.
Yeah. I've been unconscious, but it wasn't by a punch.
I've gotten punched in the face where I don't remember like 20 seconds or so, but I was still on my feet the whole time. I just don't remember. It's like that 20 seconds after the punch is just like, apparently I went a little bit crazy and I was like, what? I don't remember any of that. All right. So the early numbers for the pay-per-view buys of UFC 203, they're around 425,000 and 475,000. And the estimates without CM Punk was about 250,000.
Right.
So CM Punk basically doubled.
When I said $1 million, I meant $1 million.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, that's the gate. That's how much they sold at the arena. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When I meant dollars, not.
So yeah. So they basically doubled the pay-per-view buy. So I think that's why they're gonna keep CM Punk, just because he is a fucking draw. He might not be a huge draw, but he's a draw.
But again, though, like if you put him on the co-main event of a TV spot, like
that's fine. I feel that's what they should do. Maybe even on Fox.
But putting him on a pay-per-view is just not fair to top fighters. Like to the point that was his first fight ever, and he's on a fucking pay-per-view. That just doesn't.
Everybody who's complaining that he got paid too, so he made $500,000 on that fight.
Yeah, well, I don't get it. He's
whatever.
CM Punk.
Yeah,
he's a fucking name. He just made the company $1 million and got paid $500,000. I think that's good.
Oh, more than that. More than $1 million.
Well, fair. Yeah, probably.
With the pay-per-view buys, is way more than $1 million.
250,000 pay-per-view buys. Yeah, actually, I guess it would be.
Well, no, the 250 was the estimate without CM Punk.
Right.
It's around 450. 450. Let's just say it's that.
450. So 200,000 pay-per-view buys at $60 or $50 a piece,
depending where you get it and if it's in HD or not. You can if you buy it in HD in some spots, it's like $70-$80. I guess maybe if you buy a 4K stream, it might even be more if they even do that anymore. I know they did it for 200. So Aldo wants to fight Pettis next if he's not getting McGregor. I think that'll be a good fight. That was supposed to happen a while ago anyways, so why not?
I don't like, yes, it is a good fight, but I don't think. I think
There's better contenders, if
Pettis
that's
needs
what
to
you
do
want
a
to say.
5-round fight at 45 before fighting for the belt.
I don't know about the 5 round. He can fight, whatever. 3 rounds, just do it. That's fine. But more fights, sure.
Cutting that much weight fucks you up. You need
to
understand what your
I get
doing.
what you're saying. More like he needs to do more fights, but the 5 round thing, whatever. I'm sure he'll be able to do it anyways. Fight. He has done one.
Pettis versus Holloway, 5-round fight on a paper or on a TV, like fight pass or not fight pass, but like a TV fight card. The two of them fighting a main event for a title shot.
If McGregor's not coming back, there's a lot they can do with Aldo. So
I know.
I don't really mind whatever the hell they do
McGregor
anyways.
Should come back.
Me too, but I don't think he will. I think he's way more interested. Well, that, and I think he's way more interested in fighting Alvarez now. I think that's an even easier fight for him than Dos Anjos was.
Alvarez is a really good wrestler. I don't know if that's...
I like Alvarez, but I'm just saying I think that's a better matchup than Dos Anjos for him specifically.
Oh, Dos Anjos. Okay, yeah. Okay, fair enough. I thought you meant...
no. Like I am a huge Alvarez fan. I've always been since fucking Bellator. Like
no, I thought you meant Aldo. Aldo relative to.
Oh no.
Alvarez.
No. Alvarez can definitely probably beat Aldo. Just based on size.
I know that, but I mean relative to McGregor, which fight would be a better take?
100% Aldo. People want to see that more. 1,000,000%. But
yeah, exactly. And that's where the money should be. So that's where he likely will go. But he really did not like that weight cut, and he's talking shit about like Diaz is 200 pounds and all this bullshit. Diaz walks around like 175, 180, somewhere around there. There's no way in hell Diaz ever gets up to 200 pounds.
Maybe Nick, not Nate.
I still don't, like, he might be hovering around that like 195 if he's not like in the gym training hard. If he's just doing
that's all I'm saying. Like freaking Nate is like the lanky dude. Nick might be able to put on some 200 pounds if he's not.
I'm sure he could. It's just he doesn't want that because he wants to be able to.
I get it.
5 rounds like a maniac.
The Diaz's are a lot like fucking GSP. They like training and just being in shape. They would do it even if they're not fighting anyways. All right. Next week. Oh, hey, really quick. Sorry about that. There is a UFC next week, but Eddie Bravo Invitational 8 happened on Sunday. Do you watch that stuff?
No, I just remember Rogan talking to Eddie Bravo about it.
Out of everything that's not UFC, I think this would be the one that would maybe entertain you the most. Because it's jiu-jitsu.
Yes and no. It's the rules that the Eddie Bravo, like his rules are interesting, but I don't particularly like them. I understand why they're doing it because, like, obviously, like if you're just doing a grappling match, there has to be some sort of time limit, or some of these guys are going to go for 3 hours. How the fuck do you do that? It's just the way they do the overtime stuff. It's just a little wonky.
Yeah, I can get that. But as a show, it's super entertaining because they have the 2 fighters fighting, and then they have podiums in the back, and the next 2 fighters are like just stretching on the podiums and just getting ready for the next fight. And then as soon as that fight is done, they're like, "Hey, next fight, let's start." Okay, video package real quick. Bruce Buffer, these 2 guys, and then bam, they're fighting. So it's super fast how they do it.
Buffer doing it. That's cool.
Yes, the last 2 events was Bruce Buffer. Yeah, and they do it on Sunday, so he's free.
Yeah,
it's on UFC Fight Pass. It's super entertaining. It's a tournament too.
It is actually on Fight Pass.
And it's a tournament, so
I didn't know that.
You get to watch them fight 3 times. Whoever wins, and whoever gets second place. It's a good time. Like, it's nonstop jiu-jitsu, and because of the rule set, they go for submissions. Like they go all out. So, you should tune in if you have Fight Pass. There's a lot of good stuff on Fight Pass that isn't UFC. So.
Yeah. Well, even the Invicta, and they had that other Russian shit or whatever it was for a bit.
Invicta, they had the other Russian shit. They have Victory FC, which has a square cage. I love that cage. I think it's awesome. What else? They have a bunch of other stuff. Shudo Brazil. They have what's the Japanese one? Pancrase. That's where what's his name used to fight.
Well, that's where a
bald
lot
dude.
of people used
Boss
to fight.
Rutan. Boss Rutan.
Boss Rutan
That's
fought there.
specifically who. Ken Shamrock was there
fought
too.
there.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there was a couple others because a lot of them were switching between the two. When
Boss
the UFC
Rutan knows how to swing an open hand and not poke eyeballs out. All right.
Yeah, but, well, he was doing a palm thrust.
Oh yeah, I
He
know.
Fuck bitches up like
I know.
that. He did palm thrust to the ribs, and just fucking wrecked people.
All I'm saying is that if Faber wanted to throw a slap, he should have thrown it open palm and not fucking fingers first right in the eyeball.
Yeah.
All right. So UFC fight night. What is this? Hidalgo, Texas. It's
Hidalgo. Yeah.
Hidalgo.
Hidalgo.
Texas. All right. So. I'll just touch upon the main card because whatever the preliminary shit is whatever. Featherweight Chaz Skelly versus Maximo Blanco. I'm not familiar with who Chaz is, but Blanco's pretty good. I like Blanco, so I'm just gonna pick him. Chris Wade versus Islam Makhachev. I don't know who Makhachev is either, so I'm just gonna go with Chris Wade on that one. Welterweight fight between Roan Carnero and Kenny Robertson. I actually have no idea who either one of these guys are. So
Kenny Robertson's name sounds familiar, but
so I can't pick any one of these guys.
He lost to Ben Sanders. So
how long ago was that?
Good. July 15.
Okay.
So it's been well over a year since he's fought.
Was that like in Bellator or something?
No, that was in the UFC. He's fought in the UFC for quite some time.
Huh. Okay, because Ben Saunders is not in the UFC anymore, is he?
Yeah, no. He was cut.
All right.
So he's been in the UFC since February of 2011.
Jesus.
Now he only does 2 fights, 1 fight, 2 fights, 2 fights. So he's doing 2 fights a year.
Man, all right. I'm not familiar with either of these guys, so I can't pick anybody.
The name sounds familiar, but I don't have a face there.
The third to last fight of the night is Evan Dunham versus Rick Glenn. Evan Dunham, man, he's been around for that guy's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm not that familiar with Glenn. I'm looking him up right now. His last fight was at Victory FC 51 Emerson versus West, and he won versus Ramiro Hernandez. And then he was in World Series of Fighting before that. So I've probably seen him fight because I remember watching Victory FC 51 for sure. That was not that long ago, June 24th.
Yeah, Evan Dunham has been around since UFC 95.
Oh no, Dunham's been around for a long time. I don't know. I don't know how he's still there.
A long time. Wow, 2009.
I'm not going to compare him to Ric Flair, but he's kind of got that Ric Flair look where he's kind of always looked the same way. He looked like an old man his whole career. That's Ric Flair has the white hair and he's always looked like an old dude. Yeah. Like Evan Dunham's always had like receding hairline, kind of looks old. His whole career. All right, middleweight fight is the co-main event, Uriah Hall versus Derek Brunson. This is an interesting one because I think if it goes long, it's probably in Hall's favor. But Hall could just land anything anytime.
Every fight should be in Hall's favor until he likes the guy.
Sure. No, I don't think Hall has that much of a gas tank. Like if it goes into 3 rounds where he's like it's vicious 3 rounds, I don't think he can do that. I don't know. I like Hall a lot.
Hall just is very strange. Like he's an amazing fucking fighter, but he doesn't seem to like he can just knock somebody the fuck out, and he doesn't like doing it or doesn't want to hurt the guy. He doesn't want to kill the guy. I don't really know what. He's too nice to be a fighter. He's one of those people that is just.
I think now that he's not in Tough, that's less of an issue because he's not hanging around the people all the time.
There's been fights since Tough that he's should have won, but didn't.
Sure, but
he just didn't pull that.
I think Hall has the same problem. There were points in
time that he could have done it, but
I think that Hall has the same problem that Cowboy Cerrone has. Like They just get to that upper echelon where it's like, yeah, they could win, but realistically, they could also lose. Like, that's just how you have to look at it. Because, yeah, Hall has a lot of skill, but he could lose.
You know, but the fights he loses are decision. Like, he's losing the decision.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like, if this goes the full 3 rounds, I don't think it's in his advantage. So he should probably try to finish this early. But again, he could finish a fucking fight whenever he wants, if he really wants to. So it could finish in the 3rd round and in him winning. But their Bronson's also freaking deadly. So it could go either way. And then the main event is Dustin Poirier versus Michael Johnson. I'm just going to go with Poirier on this one. Because Johnson, right before he faced Nate, was a machine. He was dominating everybody. And then he faced Nate and he lost. So I'm not quite sure about Johnson anymore. But Poirier, I mean, I feel like he's hungrier right now. So that's who my pick is.
Yeah, I don't know. Poirier's coming up from 45. So I would probably lean towards Johnson, but I'm not sure.
That's going to be interesting either way. I don't know how Johnson's going to come off after his Nate Diaz loss.
That was a while ago, though.
It was a while ago. Exactly. It was a while ago. So I don't know. I just don't know. Like, he took a while, but like, it's not like he got KO'd or anything. So it's not like he needed to take the time. So
well, you don't know what his family life is or whatever. He could have had a kid. I have no idea.
I'm sure I would have heard of him having a kid. I'm sure. Either way, there we go. That's the main event. It's gonna be fun. Those 2 co-main events, anyways.
So the reason it's been so long for Michael Johnson, it's because Tony Ferguson dropped out of a fight against him.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was Ferguson, and then he didn't pick up. He didn't go against anyone else. He just.
Okay.
Oh no! Sorry, Johnson withdrawed from the fight.
Oh, all right.
Due to injury.
Either way. So I have a quick TV news item to talk about. South Park restarted this week. I haven't watched the episode yet, but I'm totally going to watch it after this. But Isaac Hayes, the guy who used to voice Chef, he's dead now. Rest in peace. 2014, I think, is when he died. He had a stroke, and his health went pretty south after that. So his son came out this week, and he said that he did not quit South Park due to the whole Scientology thing, which was the original reason given for him quitting South Park. It was because he had a stroke and his health was deteriorating. So they don't even know who sent that letter to South Park saying that it was because of Scientology. They have no idea. Just somebody sent that, and that's how he quit. So whatever. So there you go. I feel better about that because I said shit about Isaac Hayes and him being a hypocrite with the Scientology shit over South Park, and it's good to know that that's not the actual reason. Because South Park laughs about everything, and he made a lot of fun about everything.
That's the weird, like, to the point of the shit that he said about everything else, and that, like, he would have been very hypocritical.
But it was not. I'm glad to know that he was a cool dude, because he seemed like a cool dude.
It didn't make any sense. Also, when I heard that,
yeah, it did not. It did not make any sense. All right, I'm just gonna wrap up the show. I'm not even gonna talk about wrestling. Maybe I'll do a wrestling thing separately, but I'm not doing anything about wrestling on this episode. How about that? If you want to call in,
sounds good to me.
If you want to call in, while Matt, I don't even think anybody's watching, which is cool because I did have that crash, and then that sent some people away. Right. But you see, I didn't crash now. Now that I actually figured out how to set it up.
Went for well over an hour there. And
no, if Curbs would have been here this week, my XSplit was all set up. It was all set up. It was all good to go, and then I had to reconfigure everything because he's not here. All right. I'm going to play this outro music and say bye.
Is it still the same outro music?
Yeah, of course it's the same outro music. I don't have much to say though. So, do you have anything? Any parting words?
Are you a gamer?
Yeah, sure. All right. Are you a gamer?
That was my reaction exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
I even looked away. I was like, oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, they both said the exact same thing in the exact same tone. It was what the. Again, I don't know if it's because they were girls. Because there was one black guy that was probably about 22.
Mm-hmm.
He seemed to be the boss, and then there was like. And
he's telling all his girls to go ask everybody if they're gamers.
That wasn't at a station, walking around.
Is that what you're saying? He's telling all his girls to go ask people if they're gamers. Is that what you're saying? That sounded like what you're saying. Yeah, I'm gonna go away now. I'm gonna go away on that. Bye. See ya.
Later.